What's up, guys? Noor Kidwai here, letting go with Noor. Stop trying to be special. That's the video I want to make right now. Because the funny thing is, when you stop trying to be special, that's when people actually start perceiving you as special. And the reason is this: when you're trying to be special, there's two directions you go into. You either go into one direction where you're trying too hard and you're trying to stand out, and people can sniff that out a mile away. Or you go into the other direction where you're seeking validation. You become this people pleaser. This is what I've struggled with. You know, you're giving fake smiles, you're giving fake compliments, or you're overly eager to please somebody because you're trying to get them to validate your own self-worth. So that doesn't work either. And the reason I'm doing this video right now is because I'm reading this book called Reality Transurfing, and it teaches you these principles. And this one principle stood out to me. And I've heard all these principles before in other books or other spiritual lessons, but I love the way it's communicated in this book. And it comes from this mirror principle. And you probably have heard this, like consciousness is a mirror. What you feel on the inside reflects on the outside. So when you're trying to be special, on the inside, you're just telling yourself you're not special. And then that reflects on the outside. You know, when you're seeking validation from other people, that you're trying to seek their validation for them to tell you that you're good enough. That means your self-worth on the inside isn't good enough. So it's going to reflect that on the outside. So when you stop trying to be special, when you stop trying to seek validation from others, when your self-worth doesn't mean anything to you, all of a sudden you slowly come to this place where you stop trying. You stop caring about that stuff. And it's a little bit of a practice to get to that place. And I admit myself, I'm still working on this because I suffer from people pleasing for my whole life. So when you can come to that place of catching these fake smiles or trying too hard or wanting to stand out or like wanting somebody to give you their approval, when you can start catching that behavior of you doing to yourself that and kind of tell yourself constantly like, hey, you know, that's I don't need to do that. Their approval means nothing to me, and come back to yourself. That slowly you'll become a person whose self-worth doesn't rely on outside factors. And when you can come to that place, people will suddenly sense that. They'll suddenly sense that, holy shit. And you know this like intuitively because you've seen people too who they don't care. Their self-worth doesn't mean anything from what you say to them. What you say to them, whether it's something nice or something bad, they don't care. And usually you'll say something nice because you can sense it on that they don't care. So when you don't care about people giving you their approval or people telling you that they're special or even just the need to be special, people will sense that in you. And because of that, they almost come and start giving you validation, and your self-worth ends up going up naturally just because of that. But the truth is, get rid of that need to try to be special or try to seek validation from other people. And you'll feel that in your body. And I feel it in my body. Yesterday, I was getting a little bit of that in me, of my self-worth being put or giving my power away to other people. And I sat with that. And I sat with it inside of me when in a meditation, and I could feel it. There's a part of me is like, oh, I want to be special. I want to be worth something. Like I want people to give me this respect and say that I'm worth something. There is a part of me, it's like an inner child part of me that wants that. And I just had to like slowly sit with that and let it go. And it's still some of that in me. It's like a process. You don't do this overnight. But you have to understand this philosophy that if I'm seeking this approval from outside sources, if I'm seeking trying to be special from outside sources, I'll never feel that inside. and stop trying it. Stop trying to be special, stop seeking, and you can only do that from inner awareness. Focus your awareness inside. Feel that feeling of you wanting to be special. Feel that feeling of you seeking validation, and let go. And it's a stop trying. And it's almost really revealing when you sense that feeling in you, and you realize, like, I don't need anybody's approval, and I don't need to be special. I just need to just be myself, which requires zero effort at all. And that is nice. You dissolve into it. You dissolve back into yourself with zero effort, zero trying, zero striving for anything. And you come back to a more authentic version of yourself. And that's where I want to come from. That's where I want my actions to come from. And it comes naturally, and it springs from me. Rather than giving fake smiles to people because I want their approval, when a smile comes from me, it'll come genuinely. And a genuine smile lights up a room. And that's how you become special, because people will all of a sudden be like, oh man, this person's like really just acting through himself. And it's funny how the laws of the universe work that way. Because when you stop trying to get something like that, when you stop trying to be special, when you stop trying to seek validation, you end up usually getting that. So I hope you guys can sit with that concept. And I am 100% doing the same myself. And when you catch yourself seeking validation, just kind of laugh at it and go, hey, you know what? I don't need their validation. And laugh at it. Please don't feel shame, because shame will pull you down. Laugh at it and go, oh, why am I seeking that person's validation? I don't care. I don't need to be special. I need to be myself. Stop trying. Stop striving. Just come back to yourself. Come back to your own whatever you're doing. Be present for that. And let the authenticity slowly accumulate, because that's what will happen. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and peace, guys. I hope God gives you a lot of blessings. Take care. Peace.